What's good, everybody? It's your gearhead, Mr. Logic, yo. Make sure this is your first time you hit that like and subscribe button. You know what time it is, yo. Allow me to introduce you, my lovely co-host.
Hi guys, it's your girl Nate. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
And, we got Lewis on the one and O's, yo. Say what up, my G.
Beep boop boop beep boop. Boop beep boop boop.
And as you know, this is one thing for show,
Two things for certain. Woo!
I'm pissed right now, as you guys can understand.
I feel you. I feel your rage.
I will get into it after you talk about how your week's going so far.
Well, my week has been fucking fantastic, you guys.
Tell them why.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into the details because my personal life, but I received some good news today, and I'm very happy about it. So I'm definitely gonna be celebrating.
Can we get some celebration noise going up in here? Yo? Like, yo, you feel me? Like, let's.
Oh my god!
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Nate, about to level up on y'all, yo.
Leveling up, and you know what? We're all gonna level up. So that was just my week. Just studying for school, receiving good news, just keep on grinding.
Okay.
Get that bread. Yeah, nothing much to really tell. Let's talk about you because you're pretty much the star of the show right now.
My week has been productive. I'm tired. I think I have an ulcer. I think the stress is getting to me.
Oh, Jason.
But I'm more pissed off because I found out somebody who I decided to
help
open up my door and help them out. And kindness has basically jacked me for multiple things. It's a reminder why you just can't help everyone. And if you are seeing this, you deserve a beating worse than a fat man's heart, you stupid bitch. And I'm unapologetic on that one. I'm disgusted with myself because I only have myself to blame. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And that being said, Joe, there's nothing wrong with helping people. There's nothing wrong. However, when people take that kindness and they basically wipe it with their ass or try to use it against you, eject. It's not worth saving. And honestly, it's not worth getting violent about. I'll be the first to say that. No matter,
you're just going through your emotions like
I desperately
like a reasonable person.
I desperately want to. You work hard for what you got. And I think realistically speaking, you can't take that from nobody. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm talking about it now is because I'm honestly disgusted with the thought of it, where it's nauseating because you really want to see somebody do good. And the whole time they're just a horrible person. And then you start to really understand why they're in the situation that they're in. And I honestly feel like you deserve to be in that situation because you are a true piece of shit. There's no explanation that you can give that's going to validate or justify what you did. I seen thieves have more integrity than you. I seen hardcore criminals have more standards than you do. You have a victimized mentality. And I don't want to give you any more energy because honestly, you don't deserve it. It just bothers me because the history that we shared. And then on top of that, you use your kids as ammunition to get things done your way. You're only horrible people do that. So I will say this. Karma's real. And if you think you're going through some shit now, trust me, I could at least say in the same breath, everyone who's done foul shit, to me, it always catches up to them one way or another. And I hope it's a teachable moment for you. But in your case, I don't even think you would honestly accept God's love if it was given to you because you're that toxic and that infatuated with yourself, with your own bullshit. But other than that, my week has been all right. My week has been good for the most part. I'm happy. It's been stressful at work and whatnot. I got that trip coming up. Oh, bro.
The infestation.
Bro, so as you guys know, I fix appliances and whatnot. And I be going to some of the worst cribs, bro. Like today was my top. Imagine seeing feces, urine all over the floor, on clothes everywhere, food that's basically looks like it's been sitting out for like 2 weeks, growing mold on it. It makes you realize how, number one, privileged and thankful you should be for the way you live in, because other people out there, it's sad. Like anyone could
Yeah.
live in those conditions. And it's like, you know what? I've never been one to judge. I still ain't judging. It's just
like
it's
it's not a
bad.
sight you see every day. So
Yeah.
when you see it, it catches you off guard. And you really want to help the person, but it's like,
Yeah.
what can you do? You can't help those who don't want to be helped.
This is facts, yo. And it just seems like Jesus. Like how my question is, how did it get to that point? You ever it's like looking at a person who's overweight, you know what I'm saying? It's like at what point did you give up? Like at
Right.
what point did you stop caring about your health? Because that's literally what it is. Your house is your sanctuary.
I have a question. So, because like the field that you work in, when you see environments like those, something so concerning, like is there something that you guys can do or report?
We could report it. Like if we see that the health conditions is life threatening and there's children in the house, yes, there's certain standard operating procedures that we follow, like guidelines and whatnot.
Okay.
But at the same time, like, you know, the other day I had a gentleman, you know, obviously I have to keep confidentiality because you can't be putting business out there, but I could talk about it in general, where the person has such a bad infestation of roaches and it destroyed their equipment. And what's crazy is I had no idea that roaches had a smell.
Ooh.
The smell is so grotesque. It's like a wet sock that's been in a primordial soup of bacteria and it doesn't leave. Like it's so pungent. I had no idea it could even get that bad. And you have to really understand, like, you can't judge the people either. Because like in this case, the house was completely clean.
Right,
like on the outside. It's when you start going behind the counter and taking things apart, you're like, whoa.
And sometimes people buy the houses like that and they don't even realize
don't
it.
have
And that's
a
so
clue.
infuriating because it's like, yo, like, you know, some people are so desperate to get a house. If they realize what they're getting into, maybe they'll like afford
Get an
to
inspector.
get an inspector, you know, just to.
Because I don't
clean that
think it's
shit
fair
out.
for anyone to deal with, man. Like real shit. Like I would be livid. But on other things, you know, I just want to basically take this moment and say I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
Like I'm extremely proud of you for getting out your comfort zone. You acquired what you applied for, and you're on to your next level. How do you feel, yo? Like that's a big feat, yo. Like that, because you were telling me like you were, you know, in your head like nervous as hell. Like, what about this doesn't go through? And do you feel foolish now, doubting yourself?
No, I don't feel foolish. You know, it's I always try to keep myself humbled. You know, I'm confident, but I always like to set the oh my god, I'm sorry, I just saw a dog pass by. I always like to set the expectations for myself. You know, not get too over the top. You know, if something doesn't go my way, I have to prepare myself for the reality of what if I don't get it. But what if I do get it? So I prepare myself for both avenues.
Prepare for the worst, hope for the best type situation.
Exactly. I'm a very organized person at heart. So I like to keep my thoughts organized to the best of my ability. And by doing so is try to prepare myself emotionally and mentally for either the best case scenario or for the worst case scenario. Because, you know, if there's one thing that I don't like feeling, it's being caught off guard or being
There's
like
one thing for sure, two things for certain.
It's being caught off guard. So, but I'm very proud of everything that I've done so far. It's because of the way that I think and the way that I do certain things. I feel like that's what's gotten me to this point in my life. So I'm not surprised because when people like, that's why I don't give a fuck about what people say about you. Or like, oh, why do you do things this way? Why is your routine like this? Why is it like that? You do things the way that you want to do because like, if you set certain values and principles in your personal life, it's going to follow through your professional life.
Well, you manifest it. Yeah.
You know, and you manifest it and you just live your life on that principle and you just follow through every action that you think and that you say and that you do. And eventually, with hope and determination, you'll get shit done.
Well, we got to celebrate. So we got to step out. I say we go to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's so far.
That's the point because we don't know anyone out there. So imagine I don't want to go out and then like, hey man, what are you doing at the high school working? What are you doing? Oh, you're a street pharmacist. Nice. Oh, you're on your 5th kid. Great.
Oh my god.
Different baby mama. Great. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Be nice. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
That's so crazy. Like,
and it's not that I think I'm better than them. It's just when you live in a city where it's so big and yet so small.
True.
I don't know about you. I don't like running into people that I knew back in the day. And we're not the same people anymore. And when you run into these people, it's like they're still stuck on that lifestyle or that mindset. And it's like, damn, man,
Well,
like I'm blessed.
I think we have pretty different viewpoints on that because at least in my generation, I still follow some of the people that I went to high school with on social media. You know, I went to a pretty smallish high school compared to most high schools. So I knew everyone in my class. Most of them I went to middle school with, and just to see, even though I'm not close friends with them, I still see like how they are doing in life. And I like to think they're happy and pretty successful, you know, not really. I mean, the things that you said, I don't really relate to that. So, and for my case, it's, I would also prefer not to run into a lot of people that I know just because of my social anxiety, just because sometimes my social battery is so low. It's the thought of just having to build the courage of saying hi. Like, I don't like small talk, to be very honest. Like, if you see me and we strike up like a deep conversation, I'll love that even more than just saying, how you been? Oh my God, the weather's so crazy outside. All this and that. And it's like, I don't really like small talk. Like,
to me, it's like
share a secret with me.
It's oh wow. It's like a vendetta. Like, I know I speak for a lot of brothers out there. It's like, yo, you didn't give me the time of day when we were in high school. Now it's like, why
that's what going to a big high school, you know, that's what happens.
It happens. And it's not that you try to like cut them off. It's just like today's prices ain't tomorrow's prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, and with that shit, it's like, I'm happy for you. It's not that I think I'm better than you. And I don't think a lot of men think that, because it goes the same thing with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the ugly duckling in high school with the girl who wasn't really bought out. She gets her life together. She get a career. And now like the jock that she was always into when she was in school is now giving her the time of day. And it's like, nah, I'm past that. You didn't see my worth then. Why should I allow you to benefit from my worth now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's the attitude a lot of us try to keep. And I think it's only natural. So as we do our topics today, today is just going to be one of those chillax moments.
Chillax. Talking about shit.
Let me tell you something. So I had a person flirt with me, right? And I'm not the cutest motherfucker, but I put in work. And you ever been in that situation where it's like, nah, this is too good to be true, yo. Like, nah, yo, like, what do you mean? Like, this doesn't happen to me. Like, where's the camera at, yo? Like, I'm getting pranked right now.
It's crazy because we live like we have different viewpoints of life and like of different groups of people, and so you're very weary amongst women because you're scared that they're gonna like rob you or do you dirty. And in my case, it's like,
I mean, look what just happened.
I know.
Case in point. Perfect prime example. You help somebody, and it's like, bro. Like, it's like shit.
Oh,
it's not even that you're mad that you didn't listen. It's more like you gotta drink your coffee.
I feel you. In my case, it's more of like if a woman goes out of her way to like shoot her shot, you know, she's interested in you. But
okay,
you know,
but when you say shoot your shot, do you mean shoot your shot? Because I feel like, because I was asking you today, like, is it always that when a girl's interested in a guy that you naturally sell yourself? And when I say sell yourself, you make it very like mandatory to be like, yeah, this is what I do. You know, like kind of what you did with your man. Like, you technically sold yourself. Because remember how you said how you got out the car, you showing off your asset.
I mean,
so it's like you're selling.
I'm selling my physical self first.
Yeah, it's like,
okay. So in the
you
case,
want to buy, or do you want? You're not gonna sample. You want to buy the whole thing, right?
Okay. In the case of me and my man, we had already been friends for a while, so he already knew my personality. At this point, it was more so of selling like physically myself, because you know, when in a relationship, if you want to build a relationship, you know, you want to sell not only, you know, how you are mentally, you know, good personality, but physically, because you want to be attracted to your partner.
Well, guys do the same thing. I call it peacocking. You know what peacocking
show
is?
Your feathers.
Yeah, it's like when a dude's interested in the girl, he want to sit upright, you know, punk out his chest and whatnot. I'm like, yo, why you peacocking? I feel like a lot of shorties out here just want you to be normal. Like, they see through that shit. Like,
it really depends on the girl, you know, like every woman is different. maybe she wants a man to take care of her, maybe financially and
Mm-hmm.
physically and whatnot. Another just is very humble. Maybe she just wants a great personality.
But you also, I know when a girl compliments you on ridiculous shit, she's feeling you. Like,
oh my God,
like when you
I
move
told
something,
you,
like,
yes.
oh, you're so strong. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, I didn't do anything. He's like, no, you're so strong. I like how you picked up that bag, the groceries and shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
One
like,
trip.
How do I respond to that? Thank you. Like,
oh my God.
Like, again, I'm not the cutest nigga, but I put in work. So I feel like if I don't put in the work to get your attention, there's something wrong with it. Like, I know that sounds bad, but that's like my defense mechanisms. Like, I didn't give you a reason.
I think it's just you're just not used to it.
Hell's no.
You're really not used to it, because if she laughs at your joke and your joke wasn't funny, she's into you.
That's so weird though. Like,
you wanna know why?
When you say a corny joke, she's like, and you're just like,
it's because like sometimes she can be infatuated with you, or maybe she's just so intrigued. Like, there was something about you that caught her attention. And it's like, even though your joke technically wasn't funny, it's maybe the way that you said it. That's why she laughed. It was more of like a cute giggle, like, wow, like, you're so cute. Like, I'm so nervous, I'm laughing.
It's so corny.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it goes both ways, because I see my boys like, yo, when they're feeling a shorty,
wait,
holy crap, yo. When
really?
I say, yo, guys do that shit all the time.
I mean, I feel like guys do it, like, they fake laugh, because I feel like a lot of guys don't think women are funny.
They don't.
But some women think a lot of men are funny, like, if they like them.
I listen, the more I make you laugh, the more you close your eyes, the less you realize how ugly I am. That's straight up. Bro. And then it's like, yo, when I see a shorty laughing at something I know wasn't funny, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, it wasn't funny. And your boys peep that shit. Like, it's like pure pressure. It's like, oh shit. Okay, where do I go from here? But then you see like girls do certain things and dudes be jocking the shit out of them. And it's like natural thing. It's like at the gym, right? When like you'll see a shorty curl. I'm like, damn, girl, you hitting that. Realistically, no.
So okay, give me an honest answer. Do guys normally prefer women to shoot their shot? Or do a majority of men?
But how you shoot your shot has a big... Okay, we prefer, at least for me and the men I know, we love when a shorty shoots her shot, in the sense, make it clear. We're very basic creatures. Okay.
Clearly.
Like, I'm not saying, hey, I like you, I want to go out, but don't do the questionable shit. Like, meaning, like, perfect prime example, right? If I see a shorty struggling and I see what she's struggling with is nothing to struggle with, that makes me feel weird. Because then it's like, damn, I don't want to get rejected. Is she giving me an invite? It's like a weird nature call. It's like when you go out and shorty's dancing, but she's giving you that eye. And then
okay, so that is way more, you will definitely get rejected. I feel like if you're in a very common situation, like let's say like a grocery store or like a mall, whatever, and you see you're struggling with something, you want to offer your help, you definitely you can get away with, excuse me, miss, I see you're struggling. Do you need any help by any chance? And she says, no, I'm good, thanks. All right, no problem.
But whatever. It's not even that.
And you walk away.
But then it goes in, I have a boyfriend. It's like,
no, wait, hold up.
Some are arrogant like that. Yeah,
no,
it's right.
If you approach her saying, hey, I see you're struggling. Do you need any help? Like, a concerned face, your body language does not speak, hey, I'm attracted to you. And she responds with, I have a boyfriend, like, don't talk to me. You're not at fault. You can just be like, okay, just roll your eyes and walk away.
But you wanna know what's messed me up too? Is like when I'm basically, I see a shorty giving the dude the eye, whatnot, and I introduce myself, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, my bad. I mean disrespect. Oh, that's it? You're not gonna try?
If that's her response, she's toxic.
Toxic is like, get away from me. Listen, if she did to Buddy what she did to get to you, she'll do to you what she did to Buddy to get to the next. That is the automatic rule.
That wasn't a vice versa at all.
Yeah, you know what? My brain is fried. Don't do that. I'm a little bit slow right now, and I'm in my feelings. But for the most part, I think it's crazy like how society has changed on how people actually integrate with each other.
Ooh, Lewis asked a great question in the comments. Where's my mouse? There it is.
How
I'm gonna
do
show
you
it.
feel about women
Proposing
proposing
to
to
men.
men?
Were we talking about this the other day?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my
That's
god.
that's a dangerous thing. And at least for me,
Okay.
it's dangerous because you know how I always say that women have a biological clock
Yes,
and men have a financial clock. So it's like, yo, can you imagine, yo, you talking to Shorty, everything's cool, and next thing you know, she's on a one knee, like on some Boys to Men shit, and you're just like,
have you ever seen Friends?
I never watched the episode.
Have you seen
I
Friends,
grew up
Lewis?
watching Living Single.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I
You're very
mean,
American.
there's an episode in Friends
Mhm.
where the two main characters they were friends for years, and then one thing happened while they were on vacation in London, and
Friends
they slept
with
together.
benefits.
They were friends for benefits for a
How
minute.
does that accidentally happen?
She was a little drunk. He said really nice things to her, and she was like, "Oh my god, you noticed me!" And
So he rizzed her up.
and without like he rizzed her without even rizzing up because he has no rizz. And she went into like his hotel room, and she's like, "Let's just do it." Like she was very forward about it. Fast forward, they end up dating. They were dating for maybe like a year or two.
Mhm.
They want to get married. He wants to propose, but he wants it to be a surprise for her. So he ends up like, telling her, I have commitment issues and I don't want to get married ever, to steer her off. So when he does propose,
So he sabotages himself.
oh my god, off of the plot. It was really fucking stupid. Let me tell you, because in real life, don't fucking do that.
That's
this
a cheddar bomb.
This
The
is
boy
just a
shot
show. That was
himself in
just
the
for the
foot.
plot. And so she ended up like taking it really bad to the point of they might break up. She ended up finding the truth about someone else, so she played a trick on him. So he came into the door, and she set up candles and flowers, and she was like standing there, and she's like, "Oh, she got down on one knee and she proposed." Just like she couldn't ask him to marry her because she was crying. She's like, "There's a reason why girls don't do this." And so then he got down on one knee and he proposed.
That's called Jedi mind tricks. That's reverse psychology.
So it's like she wanted to because she knew he wanted to, and then because she couldn't do it because she was crying, he ended up finishing the proposal. It's like one of those things that I told you about the other day. We were talking about this, where it's like the man proposed like twice and she rejected him, and it was a very specific scenario.
I think the relationship's over after that.
In this hypothetical situation, they stayed together. It wasn't like because they didn't love each other. And eventually she proposed to him because he already proposed twice. So now she's proposing.
I mean,
there are like exceptions, but I don't know. What do you think about them?
I think when a woman proposes to a guy, I don't see it as anything wrong. Like some say, oh, that's a man's place. I don't think that's the case. I think if you love somebody enough, and you want to make it official, shoot your shot. Just understand. There's a saying, don't ask questions to the things you really don't want to know the answer to, because that's all on the table. It's either going to go bad or it's going to go good. There's no in between. Like I saw a story where Shorty was talking about how she was with her man for a couple of years and she wanted to be married. So she made a lie that she had to commit to. So she's like, oh, I got this other job and I'm moving to Vegas, And, what are you going to do? Like, either we're going to make it official or she's bluffing the whole time. So Buddy tells her, do what you got to do. I don't want to stop you from your career and whatnot. So in the story, she's like hurt because she's like, no, I got to move to Vegas because I'm too embarrassed and I can't tell him I was bluffing. So yeah, that's why I'm living in Nevada, because I decided to try to, reverse psychology my man at the time, and my dumb ass ended up backfiring, and now I'm here in Vegas.
Wow.
And a lot of times shit like that be happening, You listen, you can't force a man to marry you, and you can't force a woman to marry you. It's either there or it's not.
Look,
that's just my opinion.
I think this can be easily solved by like good communication. I don't know, that sounds really fucking dumb saying it out loud. But
no,
let's say you're dating a year with your partner and marriage comes to your mind. Let's say it comes to the girl's mind, and you ask your partner, and maybe he gives you that kind of answer, like, maybe whatever. Yeah, just be honest and be like, look, I love you, and I definitely do see marrying you in the future, but I need to get my finances in order. You have to keep, you have to
But
have
that could
updates.
backfire too.
You have to have updates in your relationship.
But that could backfire. And the reason why I say that could backfire, and hypothetically speaking, it's like, imagine you tell shorty, that you're with, I just want to make sure I got my paper together. That could put a stress on a relationship, because it's like, now she's watching you, how you advance. It's like, it's an impatient game, because in her mind, you said, I'm gonna marry you as soon as I get
it.
You have to mean it, but a lot of time the peer pressure comes. Is like, I already promised to marry this girl, but my reason of not doing it now is because I don't got my paper straight. So now I feel like a shorty would be dead set on watching every next move, because she's so focused on wanting to be married. She's watching you like a hawk. Like, did you take care of what you needed to?
Because you want to know
stress,
something,
man.
I know it's stress, but a lot of people want to be committed to someone. It's a way to show your commitment to them, that you love them and you want to spend the rest of your life with them. You have to be very fucking honest with your partner and be like, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person? Do I want to start a family? Do all the legal side of marriage and the spiritual side. If your answers turn out to any of them, you need to be very honest with them. Be like, look, reevaluate, because now you're doing a disservice to yourself and to them by staying in a relationship just for the convenience.
Agreed.
And you have to dig deep down on that.
You know what I also realized too, and this is not to take shot at any women who have kids, but one thing that truly jacks me up is when I introduce myself to go or get to go, know a lady and she has kids already, and her response is, I don't want any more. Like that, when you say that, right? It's like, why bother? Because
being in a relationship?
Well, why bother engaging with that person if they're not? Because the way I look at it is like, okay, you have multiple kids. You're telling me that you don't want no more. So what do I get out of it?
I mean, you have at that point, you find common ground. Hey, I want to start a family, and you don't. You end the relationship.
You end the relationship.
As long as she tells you early on that she doesn't want to
Facts.
continue her family, you need to respect that decision, and she needs to respect yours if you guys terminate.
That's the thing. So like, how on YouTube, like they got the little videos with popping the balloon and whatnot. And dude made a very valid point. He's like, yeah, I get that you have your kids, but you can't catch feelings because you could click with the person, but a deal breaker is a deal breaker. Everyone has preference. I just find it completely crazy that a woman would get upset a man, a woman would get upset or a man get upset if the opposite sex is like, nah, that's a deal breaker for me. And it's like, oh, so what's the problem then? And it's like, the problem is evident. Like, this person may want kids and you're telling me it's a no-go. Cut strings. Why even entertain it? I mean, if you already know this is a dead end road.
People are entitled to their feelings.
And their preference.
It's completely okay to have that conversation of, hey, I want kids. I don't want kids. Okay. We gotta break up, and fights in between, bickering, a lot of tension because you love that person, but it's a deal breaker. And it really sucks, but it has to happen. You have to respect your values and your principles, and you have to respect your decisions, your boundaries. Yeah. Don't sacrifice your love for a family, just because you love your partner. I get it. It's a very tough situation to be in. From an unbiased point of view, it's so easy to say it out loud. It's easier said than done.
Okay. Well,
I get it.
I do want to change topics real quick.
Okay.
So for y'all who don't know, we have a big situation on immigrants, right? Did you know? And you guys could look this up on government.org. You can look it up on Channel 10 News, Channel 7 News. The immigrants that are coming in are basically getting better benefits than some of our own American citizens.
I believe it's only temporary though. Because if I'm not mistaken, they get it for maybe like a year, or at least food stamps.
But it's bigger than that, because even for a year, right? Imagine you need government assistance. Imagine you're pretty much homeless, right? And you go to the shelter that was built to accommodate you, help you get back on your feet, and they tell you that you can't come in the shelter because you're using it for immigrants and you're shit out of luck.
Oh, that sucks.
And this is what's going on in New York. This is what's going on in California. This is what's going on here in the state of Florida. And surprisingly, when I found out this is happening here, it bothered me. So right now, this is not to target any ethnic group and whatnot. A lot of Afghanistan individuals are coming here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're being given per person $1,000 per week, not month, per week. I had to look this up. Again, you can go to gov.org. It's a program where they're giving them asylum. Here's why this irritates the crap out of me. Imagine a person who fought for this country,
Mm-hmm.
falling on hard times, and being denied support because they're not an immigrant. They fought for the country. They deserve to, have access to all the benefits, and they're being cut off while people who have never served, have never contributed to the economy are getting pretty much well taken care of to such a magnitude. Do you know what $1,000 a week does? $1,000.
It does enough.
This is per person. So say a family of 5 comes in, that's 5. Like, yo, dude, like, how did we get here? So I saw a video where a dude in New York, he's trying to basically seek asylum, and they're like, no, because they're housing it for immigrants. And I see like this big divide going on simply because it's like, dear America, fix home before you try to fix any other place.
There's a lot of issues.
And I also sent you a video. I don't know if you saw it. It was regarding immigrants in New York, where these guys had just came. I believe they were Venezuelan.
Mm-hmm.
They had just got here and decided to commit a brutal crime where assault and battery and robbery.
Mm-hmm.
And they were released and given benefits. Like, yo, we're backwards, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how our parents are immigrants.
Right.
How does that make you feel when you hear that your parents who had to fight and make way and earn their way here in the United States go through hell and still are not given the proper resources they are given, and that's given to somebody else who feels entitled behind it? Like,
so
does that, like, to me, that's just
the way that I
brutal.
see it, I think the most, like, the analogy that comes to mind is, when you switch over
Mm-hmm.
to a company for the first time, the sign up bonus is usually always really great. But then once you're a long time customer, it's like, where are the benefits? The only benefits the company gives you are to incoming, customers, because the more incoming the customers they get,
Mm-hmm.
it's better for their numbers or the revenues and whatnot.
That's a good analogy.
I don't know what the benefits it does for America to receive all of these immigrants. And
again, I have no beef with them. I have no problem with them.
Right. It's great that they're receiving help, because a new country with a new set of laws and policies, you don't know how everything works. You have to apply for jobs and do your taxes, and maybe every country is different in the way that they organize, their systems, to give them these tools and resources to help better their lives for the first year or two. It's great, but it does suck, and it's inconvenient to those who are already here and struggling, because if what you're saying is true, then the people who are just trying to seek asylum, what's going to happen to them? It's like, don't degrade one group to uplift another. We should all want to, it's a humanitarian crisis. We should all want to help each other, not just one specific group over like another.
No, I agree.
Oh, there's only enough resources for one. Sorry, out of luck.
But realistically, I feel like if anyone should get priority, it should be U.S. citizens before everyone else. Like, nobody's going to change my mind on that. Again, you can say I'm a dickhead for it, but I call it how I see it. You never fix somewhere else before you fix home. Before you try to fix anything, fix home. Just like before you try to fix anyone else, fix yourself, because nothing good can come from that. It's just like, dude, imagine this, right? They're trying to raise the retirement age to 70. It's 65 right now. And then now they made a suggestion, which I saw today. I was laughing with my coworker. I was like, they trying to push that shit to 80. Let me tell y'all something. Dear state representatives, governors, and whatnot, if you think my generation is going to sign up and be like, okay, we'll work till we're 80 to only enjoy not even 15 years, you're out your damn mind. Things are too expensive, bro. Like, look at rent, look at food. We are literally in a crisis, and I don't think people understand the magnitude of it, because it's like, you know, they're saying the more money you make, the more problems you have. It's like, well, the problems are not adding up to the money you're making. You're getting more problems than the money you're making. You know, like, we're really jacked up. Like, imagine, congratulations on your new position and whatnot, but imagine you're getting taxed more, and it ends up being like if you didn't get an advance or you know,
No, I mean
income.
that's what happens with a lot of people. You know, they quit their regular 9 to 5s and they pursue, you know, something in entrepreneurship or content creation or maybe like a small business, you know.
Like, even then, I just feel like everything is lost now. Like, we're like on a pendulum. We're going like back and forth with so much bullshit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of overwhelming to like keep track of
'cause
everything.
it's like, how do you get ahead now? Like, the game is literally rigged against us. I don't know about you, but misery needs company, and right now that company is hiring for everybody, it seems.
I'm not gonna lie, when they said that information about, oh, I'm raising the retirement to age 70, I'm just like, you know what? Let me worry about getting to 60 first.
If I live that long, if the stress doesn't kill me, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you know, like, it's like, as you guys know, I'm looking for a house. Bro, it's like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I see more people leaving Miami than ever before. And even the ones that are coming down here, they're not happy either. It's just like the greed of corporate America is such to a degree that it's like you feel sometimes hopeless.
It's eaten or be eaten.
But
like, eat or be eaten.
Agreed. But how do you eat?
Right.
That's the question. Like, how the hell do you eat?
At least for you, you're going to need a roommate.
Just me, myself, and I, yo. I'll figure it out. Because only one roommating is with my engineer. Everyone else out the wind, bro. Because it's like, even then, like, I hear all these stories. Like, some of my coworkers, they live with their siblings and whatnot. And it's crazy. It's expensive. Imagine, I found a place the other day, right? $18.80 a month.
I mean,
I was like, okay,
that's
not bad,
that
right?
bad in comparison to what the prices are nowadays.
You're right. I asked, yo, is there washer and dryer in the unit? No.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay.
That's kind of a deal breaker.
Yo, those appliances are older than you, Nate.
Bro.
You're asking for $18.80 for something that's not even renovated. And then I find out it's not even central cooling air. It has one of those, bro. People, here's where
in Miami,
right? Like, I get it's all about location, blah blah blah. But it's like, dude, it's really a ball buster when you're trying to be out on your own and
you were
make
not
it
in
happen.
Your 20s. If you were in your 20s, you could probably get away with it because, like, you know.
Well, yeah, at my age, I need a solid foundation.
You do.
You know, like, I can't be out here basically going on a whim. And the greed is so bad. Like, imagine finding an efficiency for $1,700. You don't even have a kitchen. You have a microwave and a small bar fridge.
Have you tried rubbing your head and making a wish?
I know you fucking lying.
Have you? I mean,
I know you.
Have you tried that?
I'm not gonna say something right now because I'm gonna be respectful to your relationship and the fact your man's here. Don't play with me.
I'm just kidding. I'm kind of lighting the mood.
You're making fun of my receding hairline, yo.
Okay, first of all,
I'm not a genie. You can't rub my head.
Okay.
That didn't sound right.
I just got it.
Yeah, about that. You know what? You distracted me.
It's okay that you're bald.
You know, saying that it's okay that you're bald. Would you be okay if you're bald?
My eyes.
You guys are assholes. You guys are assholes.
You pull it off because you're a guy. There are very few women who pull it off. I don't pull it off? I don't know. Maybe the shape of my head is weird.
You'll be looking like G.I. Jane.
Probably.
We should shave your head bald. We should shave your head bald. You wouldn't do it? You could donate it for a good cause. It'll grow back.
The only time I'll probably shave my head is if I'm having a Britney crisis, which I pray to God I'll never have.
I mean, if you shave your head, you just need a rainbow flag and you're good. Listen, I don't apologize for what I said. I thought that was funny as hell. All I'm saying is look, my hair was my best feature. It was. Keyword was. Now I embrace the baldness. Like everyone's like, oh, you should go to Turkey and get the hair transplant. I learned to embrace my age.
I don't know how I would feel if I see you with hair again. I don't know.
What you nodding your head for, fool?
And it's like there's so many hairstyles that you can do. Like
I get hair back. I'm going back to Jerry curls, straight up.
Afro or braids or I don't know. Like
I wish I could do braids.
Waves. I don't know. Like I can't picture you with a hairstyle. I prefer you bald. I'm just so used to it.
You say I prefer you bald like I have a choice. Like, yeah, I don't have a choice. This is it for me. Louis, you should shave your head bald in solidarity. Why not?
I'll be depressed for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow. Like, yo, you know what it is, too? Like, in that video with the balloon popping, she asked him to take off his hat. And it's like, yo, imagine getting X'd out for something I can't control. Oh, yeah, I can't fuck with you because you bald.
Damn.
Like, that, I don't think it would hurt my feelings, but it'd be like, you bitch. Like... Like, damn, yo, I'm sorry. I'm not like you who can go to the knife and change my tatas and put on a fat ass. Like, I'm stuck like this, okay? I have learned to, you know how hard it was to embrace this? Do you know what type of psychological damage it did to me? Like, the worst thing is, oh my God, Jason, you're going bald. No shit, Sherlock. Thanks for reminding me.
How long did it take you to embrace
accept it?
COVID. Wait,
COVID.
How old are you when you fully went bald?
I didn't fully go bald. I shaved it.
Well, how old were you then at that point?
How COVID was in what, 2020?
Yeah.
I'm 37. So what, 34, 35?
Is when you shaved.
Yeah, because the thing is, I couldn't get a haircut. And I was looking like DMX do his freaking rehabilitation. Like I was looking bad. You ever like
did you have hair when I started Best Buy?
Yes.
You had hair? Do you have a picture of it? Can I see it? I can't remember.
I don't want to cry right now.
Okay, show me later.
Shit. On some other news, as we change topic again. All right, I have some questions for you.
Okay, I have answers.
I have some serious questions for you.
I might have some answers.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for women of your caliber?
That's a good question.
When it comes to dating.
Okay, that kind of narrows it down a bit. Honestly, in my case, since I'm straight, finding a man
Finding Nemo
takes me serious, I guess.
Takes you serious.
That would take me serious, you know.
Okay.
If I was single.
Because I sent you a video where Shorty was complaining that she loves her man, but he doesn't. And here's where the video kind of messed me up. Did you see
one that
it?
He's broke?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shorty's upset because she's like, he's a great guy. He's loving. He's supportive.
But he's broke.
But then it messes me up because in the video, she's like, I'm broke myself. I could barely take care of myself.
Because in the video, she stated that for a while, she, paid for most of the things. Like she was like, what a guy does with a girl. Like she paid for.
I call cap on that one, by the way.
But then, all we have is her word to go by. So what can you do? And then eventually she became more broken. So like she can't afford to pay for two people, let alone for one. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of puts her in a difficult spot. Honestly, it just, when you're in a situation like that, it's kind of like God's testing you. About materialistic items, it's like they're really trying to humble you because you got to think about it. You are in a partnership with someone that you claim that you love, and you are in a financial predicament. If your love language is, or you enjoy going out with your partner and spending money, like retail therapy, that's a thing. You like to go out to dinners. You like to spend money, go out on movies, or go shopping.
Fruits of your labor.
Go on vacations, do activities, go on concerts, etc. When you take money out of the equation, sex and money is always two big things.
Okay.
In any relationship, when you take out money, you're gonna be having a lot of sex, and a lot of walks in the parks. You know,
Yeah.
going to
Hold
the
on.
dollar store and
I
buying
have to ask-
buying 50-cent ramen noodle cups
I
and
gotta
eating
ask
that
you,
for dinner 24/7.
Do you know that from experience? You're like, yo, you're gonna be having when you're broke, you're gonna be having a lot of walks and a lot of sex. Like, damn. Yo.
Don't you remember being a teenager? I don't know about you, but I didn't start working until I graduated high school.
Woman, I was working at 14. I was a Chuck E. Cheese doll.
Nope. Nope. I mean, I was very involved in after school activities, so I didn't start working until after I graduated high school. But you know, I think the easiest way to relate to a situation when you're broke in a relationship is when you're a teenager.
Facts.
Because what do you do in that situation? You ask mom and dad for an allowance, or you ask them, "Hey, can you take me here because I'm going on a date?"
An allowance? Boy, I'm Haitian. We don't get allowance.
I didn't get an
We get
allowance.
baton.
An allowance is a fancy way of saying, "Hey, can you give me $20 because I want to go out with friends or go on a date and I want to spend money at the movies or buy food."
I mean,
I'm just that's what I mean.
With the shorty in the video, I was reading through the comments and they're like, "Welcome to the world of being a man." I felt that. I sincerely felt
She was
that.
talking and I was like, that's what
That's the
being a man
reality
is
for
like
a lot of
for a
guys
lot of
because
guys.
the competition's not looks for men. It's success and what one is able to produce, especially, you know, financially.
Trust me, if I was in the situation myself, it would suck because I like going to an occasional dinner. It's not like something fancy, like maybe
I'm gonna have to put you on the
Chili's
spot.
or Texas Roadhouse. I went to Texas Roadhouse for the
I mean,
first day
you're
yesterday. It
okay with
was
Cheesecake
gas.
Factory, so you're exempt
Cheesecake
from
Factory.
all these
No,
fucking hyenas.
and then going to like the movies or like I like retail therapy. Even though I look at my bank account, I'm like, oh my god. But then I'm like, oh my god, Ulta.
I gotta put you on Front Street
Okay.
and answer truthfully.
Okay.
And don't look at your man's. If your man's was broke, would you have still engaged? Truthfully.
What do you mean engaged? Like still be with him?
No, like would you still have been interested?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Kudos. I'll take your word on it. Because a lot of, I honestly feel like a lot of shorties do not engage.
Right.
And I feel like you could rob yourself from a blessing because, again, women to me are amplifiers.
Right.
Anything we give you, you guys naturally amplify. So I feel like, yo, don't overlook the broke nigga because if he's real with it, you literally would become that man's motivation to get things done.
Exactly.
And the thing is, motherfuckers want a 4-course meal, but they dealing with niggas like ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to put it in a microwave.
Those are good though. Okay, look, I'll admit, like it's a really tough situation to be in, and anyone can be going through financial hardships.
Ray goes, I was broke when we started dating. What?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you see, that's also the pressure of being a man. Like you'll never know how broke you. It's like what you didn't realize when y'all went out to eat. This nigga ate fucking pieces of bread just to say, yo, my girl can get what she wants. I'm just gonna say I'm not hungry, or I just ate it ready. You'll be surprised how many men will starve themselves for a girl they like just so they can get what they want. I wish more women understood that shit.
I'm financially independent, like I have the type of mentality where it's like, if I want shit done, I gotta do it myself, not for a lot of things, not for, sometimes I like being babied and I like things done for me, but I can do a lot of things by myself.
I think every woman likes to be babied.
Yeah, it's something that you want, but can you do it yourself? Of course,
Okay.
I would rather.
With that being said, right? If you said you like to be baby, if your man came with an offer is like, yeah, I could baby you, spoil you, take care of you 100%, but you have to be completely submissive. Would you be willing to do it?
Submissive, like
completely.
Okay.
Meaning because he's paying for everything, you would have to basically go by his decisions on everything. Because that's what a lot of shorties end up.
How I feel about
when
that.
I say that, you've seen Basketball Wives and I cut myself. Look at that. I ripped my skin off. I'm bleeding. Ray says $30K a year paying a 2,200 mortgage and a car note with a high interest rate made me broke. You know what made me broke?
Hashtag adult life.
You know what made me broke? Following my heart.
Jason, stop.
Following my heart. being in love.
The look Lewis is giving him right now.
That's what made me broke, man. Let me tell you
Bruh.
something. And I know I'm not the only one. Lewis feels me on that.
Me too.
Let me tell y'all something. The day I became single and I went out to eat, I realized how much money I was spending. Do you understand? I went out to eat. I got the meal I wanted. I didn't have no one biting off my plate. I didn't have no one ask me, what is that? What did you get?
I have a question for you. The
But
girls,
my bill came out to $25. And I got an appetizer. And I got an appetizer, dog. Let me tell you something. As a single man, I'm the type of person, you can call me ghetto as you want. You're talking to a brother who ordered water, 3 lemon slices, and free sugar.
that is Jason's
I
fucking...
made my own lemonade.
Oh my God.
I don't care. Okay? I'm not going to pay.
You go out with Jason,
lemonade.
he's going to order water, 3
lemon slices.
3 specific lemon slices, packets of sugar.
That are already at the table.
Oh my God. He's the contraption he's making. He's
Listen, I don't give a fuck. You think I'm gonna pay $3.95 for something I can make with better sugar? At least I'm using sugar. They use corn syrup. Okay, I'm being healthier.
Okay.
With that being
To
said,
each their own.
as a single man, let me tell y'all something. This is a hack. Go to Chili's. They got
Chili's
2 for $25. You'd be like, oh, I like the 2
they
for
have
$25.
They have the 3 for me. Applebee's has the 2 for $25.
2 for $25. You go there.
I know my shit.
Yes, you do. You go there and be like, oh, I just want to order. They'll tell you. You just got to be like, oh, yo, my shorty's on the way. I'm just ordering for her because she told me she wanted this. Because if you sit by yourself, they will not allow that to happen. So you have to basically tell them that your shorty's on the way. She just happens to never show up. But here's what you do. They'll feel bad. But guess what? You get 2 meals for $25 and a dessert that you don't have to share. Let me tell you something, yo. You can call me broke. You can call me cheap, but you can't call me stupid. Straight up.
No,
I
but
make
in this
it work.
economy, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You feel me?
To find a good bargain.
Let me tell you something. You know what a good date is?
I love a good bargain.
I'll take a shorty to Costco. We can get a hot dog. We can get a damn pepperoni pizza and a hot dog with a free soda for $3.53.
Oh my God, I'm so hungry.
All right, y'all can call me cheap. You can call me whatever, but I bet you ain't gonna be hungry.
I can't wait to get a Costco membership.
Let me tell you something. That chicken bake, shit. Let me tell you something, y'all. Listen. If you feeling me, you feelings me.
Look, guys, the way that I see it is okay. You know, you gotta budget yourself. You gotta be financially responsible for yourself. So you set aside the fun money you make.
We ain't going to Red Lobster
for your paycheck. You're like, okay, these are some of the expenses I'm gonna make. You know, my groceries, etc., and whatnot. And so you think, if I cheap out on food, like find a good bargain for food, the 2 for $5, the 3 for me, you know, Costco, then you can spend extra money on shit that you want. For me, maybe I want to go to the mall or go buy makeup at Ulta or Sephora. Like, you know, that's the way that I see it.
Budget.
Like, stuff that I'm gonna use for a long time, but then still eat good food. Like,
you did surprise me the other day though.
With what?
Because you bought my food at Taco Stand. Let me tell y'all this story. Okay, I was hungry, and as you know, I'm a big foodie. Lewis is working. Nate's man is working. I'm like, yo, I'm hungry. She said, what are you eating for? I was like, Taco Stand, but we do Taco Bell because I know it's far as hell. She's like, oh, we do Taco Stand. So we
Let me just go home and like change because I just got off work. I'm not gonna go in my work attire.
I wanted my work uniform. What you see is what you get.
No, not me.
What you see is what you get.
Mm-mm.
That way you can say I'm a working man.
If I'm gonna go out.
These shorties don't want a man with a 9 to 5. That's basically what filters out the hyenas.
But we get there, and you know.
Hold on. We get there. All right. Nate has this club thing to lock down her car.
I don't know how you say it in English.
It's a club.
Bastón.
That's what it's called.
Oh,
it's
in Spanish? I only know how to say it in Spanish.
Mind you,
bastón.
A person like me will still take your car. But for the most part, we're in line. And I'm like, yo, you know what you want? I was like, I know what I want. I was like, oh, shit. Let me go make sure the parking's paid for, whatever. And I realized the brake lights were being on because of the way I positioned the little tool. So I was like, oh, let me get your keys, blah, blah.
The line was not that long. So he left me and there was one person in front of me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, I'm going to be next in line. He's not going to come back in time. I already know Jason's order. You know, I could have let the person behind me go in front of me and wait till Jason comes back. But I'm like, you know, Jason always pays for like Lewis and I's food. Like when we go out, sometimes like he has our tab. So I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna order. And
I felt awkward. Like
I'm
I
not
felt
gonna-
awkward. I'm appreciative
I'm
of
not
it.
gonna be like,
but,
oh, Jason,
yo,
I just ordered for us. Can
But
you pay?
do you know how many times shorties bring a purse with nothing in it?
Jason, you're not my man. I'm not gonna be like, you gotta pay for my shit. Like
I
I'm gonna
get that, but I was so appreciative. I'm like, damn, she paid for the fucking meal. I ain't used to that.
I
So it threw
mean,
me off. I'm like, do you think you own me now? Like, like, yo, I don't want that held over my head, Joe. It was like, okay, thank you. It was
you're
just awkward.
welcome.
It's just awkward.
I mean, I know for a
it's
fact next
taboo.
time you got me.
No,
Cause
no
Because
doubt.
that's what you do when we go out as a group and we eat. Sometimes Jason's like, "Oh no, it's okay, I got you guys." Or Lewis does the same thing, and so I'm like, "You know what, Jason? Just forget. I'll get your tab this time. It's no big deal."
But this is where my mind goes. It's like, man, she paid for the meal. Was she gonna drive like a nigga now? And like, like straight the fuck up. Like, yeah, I have to be like, yo, imagine, yo, she pays for the meal and then she's in the car with one arm like that behind the headrest. Like, yo, I'm gonna feel like I need to press charges. Like,
oh my god,
I don't like. I had a homegirl do that shit to me. Like, yo, we had gone out, right? And I was fixing the car. Shout out to my homegirl Tappy. And yo, she made me feel violated, yo, because the way she was driving, I felt like a passenger princess. Like,
bro.
yo, because
I
she's driving like this, like Vin Diesel. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is not normal. Can you
that's the way
change your-
Patty's drives.
Nah, yo. And then she backs in parking, and I'm just like, nope. This
Parking is so easy.
is
Yo, how much time do we have left with Lewis?
12 minutes.
12
perfect.
minutes.
We got 12 minutes left.
We got
We don't have enough space in the
Yeah.
card, guys. That's fine.
we got a Woogie bear looking outside.
The abominable
You
snowman.
might have to feed him once in a blue. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the camera towards him. Can we turn the camera towards him?
Wow.
It's not easy to do.
Can we? All right, focus that camera. I want them to see this. This is a dangerous person. This is what we call a Hispanic Chewbacca.
What is this?
Bruh.
All you see is the reflection.
Go ahead.
Just do it.
Put it.
It's my
All
camera.
you see is the reflection.
Put it on the camera. You
Just
gotta
do
put it
it.
on the camera. You haven't changed the camera.
Oh, you can't really.
Oh, he looks like freaking
Carry
V for Vendetta. Like, what is that?
Hey guys, I just want to let you know that if you're not watching this podcast right now at this very time, you suck.
Fair enough. So, as
Oh,
you
it looks
guys
better when
know,
you zoomed out.
today's a short day for us. We got to close out.
Soon
know-
because we don't have enough storage in the.
Yeah, I
in the-
didn't
in our
prepare
hard
for it.
drive.
Plus, it's been a long day, yo. And
been a
I'm
long
bleeding all
week.
over the place as well.
Kind of
Like,
sideways, but it's okay. But yeah, so that's the story of how I paid for Jason's food. But it's okay because eventually you went back in line because the
I was
drinks.
hungry and I bought the drinks.
You bought
yeah.
the drinks.
It's all good and
I'm
gravy.
so hungry.
So, before we close out, I have one question.
I have.
And you can ask me.
Mhm.
Okay, let's play real quick. You can ask me any question you want. I can ask you any question you want. You really?
Okay, you first.
No, you.
What? Why?
Because how deep the question you ask me lets me know how deep I'm going to ask you the next question.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
Are you gay?
I know you fucking lying.
Lewis wants to know.
No.
Okay, your turn.
Out of everything you could have asked me, you asked me if I'm
I already
gay.
know most stuff about you. What else is there to know?
Why the hell would you even?
I don't know. I just wanted to ask something so you can ask me something.
You butchered the game. I don't even want to play no more. All right. If there's one thing you could change that you did start in the beginning of this year, what would it be?
If there's one thing that I could change,
That you started doing at the beginning of this year, what would it be?
how much I spend my money.
How much you spend your money? Like how much money you spend?
Yeah, just like, do I really need that? I don't want to up my bill. It's pretty much the only thing that comes to mind. I'm very careful with the decisions I make in my life.
Okay.
I don't want to really have any regrets or any
Regrets.
and no regrets.
Okay.
So,
With that being said, as you guys know, we got to close out.
oh,
It's a short day today because honestly, we're tired
I'm angry.
and angry because I'm pissed off at this person, stupid hyena. If you listen, there's a saying in the bike world: if we go to the beach, don't take sand from the beach and take it home. Okay, don't. It ain't worth it.
Just process your emotions. Like literally feel them, go through them, and then let it go. Because trust me,
you know what I want to do? I want to hire a gorilla to go out and find this person and go gorilla mode on her. I would pay a gorilla to handle that. I know that sounds stupid, and it is, but that's how angry I am.
I was really angry with you when you told me, because you should be angry. But
Yeah,
then obviously
it's my
after
fault.
some time of like, processing your emotions, you're like, okay, look, because if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that people will get what's coming to them. And not because you give them mal de ojo, like evil eye or anything, but just because if they are the way that they are,
Facts.
Actions have consequences.
Facts.
Like
what you do today, you live with tomorrow.
Exactly. And that's just something that, it's like, first of all, you're going to have to ask God for forgiveness. I forgive you, but,
No, I'm still in the process of learning how to forgive certain things. I'll forgive. I just won't forget, and I want nothing to do with you. So where can they find you, love?
You can find me on my Instagram, Natalie, 2 I's, 2 E's, _01.
And you can find myself at Logic142. And you know what I'm saying? Lewis is doing little hand gestures like he's Eminem rapping, like, B Rabbit right now.
Yeah, when he does that, when we say our handles, it kind of distracts me. So I have to kind of like.
No, because your mind goes in the gutter. Because last time you thought he was playing with himself.
Oh, he was doing this. What do you He was playing with the little cord of the mic. Yeah, you see? Bruh.
Make sure if it's your first time, you hit that like and subscribe button, We appreciate y'all checking in. Just know we have to go out to celebrate for Nate's new accomplishments, yo. It's either going to be Wynwood. Yeah.
I don't want to go to Fort Lauderdale. That's too far. If there's one thing that I am, I may like to save money and be a little bit of cheapskate, going to food places. But I'm lazy.
We could hit up some food spots that we saw on Instagram. I'm down for that. Truck run. Let's do it. I'm willing to go all the way to Palm Beach. They got some good soup. What the hell is wrong with y'all, yo? I thought you see, y'all not true foodies, yo. I'm willing.
The only time I'll make the sacrifice of like driving an hour and a half, 2 hours away from like Miami.
Mm-hmm. But I drive like in 20 minutes. Yeah, let me close out, yo. Again, if this is your first time watching, hit like and subscribe.
Is if we're staying overnight or 2 days? I have to finish my thought. I'm so sorry.
It's
like and subscribe, you guys.
Yo, as you know, this is one thing for sure. Two things for certain. Yo, thanks for tuning in, yo. We out.
Where's the mouse? I can't find it.
This nigga's stupid.